Is this it? Are we live?
Yeah, we could do the.
People coming soon. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
why? Why are we doing this,
Listen
huh?
closely
Here we
to the
are.
pinball party. The wow, wow, wow.
Welcome to the first ever streaming live Pinball Party podcast. Don't have
So tell
any.
me, yeah, tell me what's going on here. We are live, but people will be able to go and check out the VOD.
Yeah, you can check out the VOD on YouTube or on Twitch or probably those or Audible. You can just listen to it audibly.
Ooh, dude, I'd love some Audible.
Audible.com.
Books. I like, but I have books behind me. Wait.
Yeah, me too. We both got books.
We got books. It's
Yeah,
good. Please, everybody, read.
read a
Come on.
book.
Read a book. Take a break and read a book. It's good for you. It's good for your mind, good for your soul. It's good for other people. It makes you a better person, and it's good.
Yeah,
Is
just
this, do we have,
that's
do we have
me.
comments?
No,
Oh,
that's me. Yeah, sorry for all the preamble. When this is audio only, this is literally what happened. It's during work hours. It's what, Monday at
mhm.
12:30. I was
Yep.
finishing a tabletop for an end table I'm doing for the basement because I'm 41 and I do
Ooh.
woodworking on the side because
Yeah, absolutely.
Kale says, "Sup?" I was like, "Nothing." And then, like, within 2 minutes, like, you want to go live and do a Pinball Party podcast out of nowhere? Sure, why not? So now it's, 10 minutes later, and here we are.
Here we are. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
What's
missed
up,
you.
TurboGrafx?
Um, I've just been out of town. We went to Austin. Last time I talked to you, we had just gotten back from Expo and we went over all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And then we went to Austin, and then after that Tucson for Thanksgiving, and I'm back, and the first thing I did when I walked in the door was I thought about you.
Ah,
Here we
stop
are.
it. Here we are. Well, no, the first thing you did is send me the picture of you by that America car.
That's
Which,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was all about. I loved it. Thank you for sending it, especially
Yeah.
without context.
Mm-hmm.
Just,
Mm-hmm.
what, since the last
Do
time
we,
we,
do we have, hold up, we have a comment here from actually not us,
yeah,
right?
TurboGrafx
TurboGrafx 7.
7,
What
yeah.
is up? Can that person hear us? How
Yeah.
does this work? This is all new to me. I
It's
love what you
called,
did with the graphics, and bravo,
do you like
Jason.
my,
Bravo.
my sign?
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made that.
100%.
TurboGrafx can hear you and see you. TurboGrafx, you need to add about 9 to your last number to really make this thing a fish. We're going to get to 16 on that. But yeah, since last time you and I talked about pinball, what have I done? I haven't owned a machine in 2 months, I think. It's been a long time.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
It feels
Yeah.
fucking awesome, man.
Have you played any pinball?
No. Shit. What have I done? I've analyzed it and judged it from afar, which is what we're gonna do here, as well. But I might have played like a little Godzilla or a little Mando here or there.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like I've almost bought an Iron Man. Thanks, Turbo. Yeah, it's a high quality sign. I've thought of getting an Iron Man Pro just to play it for a little while. But here's the reasons why I stopped and why, like, in the past, I think I might not say this because, like, my thing in pinball is to buy games, play them at home, get bored of them, sell them. That's how I go. While you run a very world successful electric bat arcade where you have
Thank you.
a gabillion, yeah, thank you, where you can play machines and make money off them, I have to basically try to lose as little as I can to enjoy the hobby. But holy shit, is that fucking hard now where the market is just like even at a discounted price where I'm sponsored by Flippin' Out Pinball. Am I still? I believe so. I probably am. Whatever. What's up, Zach? I get, he hooks me up a little bit. It's not like the game is free,
For sure.
but
Yeah,
even
yeah.
at that, even at a good, sponsorship price, whoever's out there sponsored by whoever, even that I would lose money. Just, moving a game on. So like, I can't justify right now having a game that, let's say, I will immediately lose $500 just for having it in my house. That's the kind of normal market for, like, if I would say a normal person, like I'm not someone who's going to own a game for like a few years and lose a few $100, of course. Like but for me, where it's like, it could be 2 days, it could be a week, and just like,
Right.
I lost $500 on something I don't like. That fucking sucks. And they got to haul
Right.
it.
You were writing this at a very unique time, right? I mean, I don't. I mean, I haven't been in pinball my whole life, but I don't know if what we saw ever happened and will ever happen again.
You speak of COVID.
The the market. Well, yeah, I guess that was the catalyst for this market you speak of, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
let me show you. You can see this, but so this is my Pinside favorite list. Hey, now everyone can kind of see, like, what do I have here? Oh, surprise, surprise, a couple Lord of the Rings and an Iron Man Pro. So
Right.
this specific Lord of the Rings, nothing, I mean, I don't remember who I've chatted with in, nothing against these sellers or whatever, but this one right here specifically, right before I stopped and I was getting a little like antsy because I hadn't had a Lord of the Rings in a couple weeks. So I was, crack cocaine, like, I gotta get a fucking Lord of the Rings. When this listing started, I think it was at 13 and a half, which was normal because I had a Lord of the Rings LE earlier this year.
Wow.
I would say February or March of 2023, with almost identical mods to this, as in like valuable stuff, color DMD. It was just in perfect condition, and I sold mine for 13.2, let's say, and I bought it for roughly the same thing. And this one started at 13, and I think I might even sent an offer of around like 12.8 or whatever, but this 11,500 for a Lord of the Rings limited edition, someone who's willing to ship, is just like, I mean, this is the same with like LEs out the door now. They just instantly drop like $2,000. And it's just, for me right now, I can't do my thing. And if I can't do my thing, what am I going to do? You're not losing money. I mean, people are still coming in and playing pinball, right?
Yeah, I'm in a completely different situation. Yeah, 'cause what you do is totally foreign to me. Well, first of all, I wouldn't pay that much for machines. Period. You can't. It's hard to make money back. You were buying incredible machines at a premium, and playing them, and actually you were able to sell them and not lose money, which is important for
Or,
what you were doing.
yeah, hey,
Make a little
Turbo,
bit. Yeah.
Turbo, you just bought your Lord of the Rings back from a friend who bought it from. So, hey, man, what is that? How does that work? Like, if I have a friend that I've bought a game from and sold it, or vice versa, like we try to just like either just equal it out, or like you lose 100, I
Right.
make 100. Yeah, let me know, Turbo, how that worked out. But so you wouldn't pay that much money for a pinball machine for the bat, is what you're saying?
Right. Yeah, because the most expensive machine we purchased, it would be Godfather, and I think that was 12 new. Is that correct? There was 12, and then there's a collector's edition for like 15. We got what is called the limited edition, right?
Yeah.
And it's fine. Great game. We're not having any problems with it. Other than, regular pinball stuff, having to rebuild flippers, what have you. But it's just at that price point, it's hard to pay the machine off quickly. Um,
But like a Stern
it's
Pro around six and a
Stearns,
half.
all Stearns, just no matter what it is, and those guys, I mean, they've got such a head start on anybody else trying to do this. And it's not just build quality and the way the flippers feel and all that stuff. It's just like gaming and making a game that's fun to play and you want to keep playing. Stern is the king. And they out earn every single machine, no matter and there are some outliers. Like Rick and Morty earned incredibly well because it's Rick and Morty, right?
Sure. The theme did it.
Right. There are some outliers, but just nothing earns like a Stern. And I know sound like I know I sound
Why
like
don't
a
they say
shill,
that?
but
Why don't they say that? Nothing earns like a Stern.
Yeah, that's what I say now on our podcast.
Yeah, that's cool.
We
Did
are
you guys do
sponsored
it?
by Stern Insider Connected now.
Electric Bad is, yeah. Did you guys do one last weekend? I haven't checked because normally you drop on Sunday.
We haven't done one in a long time, and people are asking us about it. We've been traveling, and as part of our travels, Rachel and I got sick, and that's why I'm still a little congested and what have you. But yeah, we haven't. We're gonna do one either today or Wednesday. We have today's Monday. We have a tournament on Tuesday, so we won't do one then.
Okay.
But
maybe this will satisfy people for a little bit. Your voice. I mean, they need it.
Oh, 100%, and that's why I jumped on this. People need to hear us. Yeah. But back to the earnings stuff. It's just nothing earns like a Stern. And we see it. And if I could have, I guess if we could have purchased Godfather used for 8 or 9, that would have been better. But still, it just doesn't have that rate of earning like any Stern.
I mean, it did right when you got it, right? I think it was, if I remember correctly.
100%. Any machine, the first 2 months are going to kill it.
Sure.
Because people are trying it out, and it's not that it's a bad machine. There are diehards that love Godfather and love, because it is a very different machine with complicated rules, and you kind of really need to know the rules to have fun with it, which makes it different than most Sterns. A lot of Sterns you can just grab it and start flapping around, and oh shit!
That's what she said.
I'm doing stuff. Yeah.
Just grab it, flap it around. Look, Mom, I'm doing stuff.
Yeah. So,
I said that around 11 years old, but I didn't tell my mom.
Who do we have? We have another person here. People are actually hanging out on Twitch.
Yeah, well,
awesome.
I think anyone, if you're listening to this just the audio only, I think the right call and what I'm going to do is stream during work hours, because that seems to be the best use of time. So bonus points if you watch this live during work. Like if you work at a software company, which a lot of you probably do, or work remote, just turn this on during work, put on your second monitor, put an earbud in. Mm-hmm. You're not going to hear anything great. Just going to talk about random shit per usual.
Might not even be pinball.
No, we can talk about pee a little bit, because you mentioned before we got on here that Rachel was concerned about your urination frequency. Is that correct?
Yeah, but she thought I had diabetes. I mean, come on.
Nice.
Well, apparently maybe peeing a lot is one of the clues that you. But I live in Phoenix, man. I drink a lot. It has to go somewhere.
Now, is this like throughout the day? Giving you a spoiler alert from my end. I drink a lot of water, just a lot. So like my main thing is like it's good. I mean, at night, no shit. Every 2 hours I wake up and pee. It's just how it goes. So are you like what during the day? What every 10 seconds you're peeing, or what's the thing? That's what people want to know.
Yeah, and it used to be worse when I first moved here, because I was really trying to hydrate a lot. My body was getting acclimated, because I moved from South Carolina, which is almost always 80 to 90% humidity, to here, which is almost always 0. And I was, my skin was like cracking and stuff. And so I think I was overcompensating. I was drinking like gallons of water, and so you got to pee a lot, right? And so it's a little better now, but I've gotten it under control, all the peeing, but it's not diabetes. I had it checked. I went and had a full physical, and my doctor couldn't believe how fit I was. I tried to get some testosterone from him.
Couldn't. Yeah. Wait. Okay.
For real.
Well, I googled it. Okay, between 6 to 7 times in 20. Yeah, I pee way more than 6 to 7 times, so that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, no. So your doctor first said, "I'm stunned how good in shape you are." They just lost their shit. and
Yeah.
then you tried to get T from them, which I get that
Yeah.
test.
So, well, it's popular, right? Everybody's doing
Yeah,
TRT, right? So,
yeah,
and I participate in a combat sport, which that stuff would help, of course. And so I asked him, I was like, and this is a good doctor. This is a young guy. He's smart. He does jujitsu also. He's tuned in. And I was like, hey, so could we check my test levels, see if I can get a little extra? And the
yeah.
first thing he looks at me and goes, "Are you having some kind of problem?"
And that's
I
what they
was like,
told me too, or asked
I
me.
was like,
Yeah,
no. Yeah, I said no. He's like, well, you don't need any tea. It's like,
I think what you got to say is like you got to suddenly go like, oh well, yeah, my testicles are like the size of M&Ms now, and I haven't had an erection in 10. You say that,
right.
and they're like, Jesus, dude.
But this is really the doctor you want.
Yeah.
He's not gonna just give you stuff just because, right? So I was like, yeah, you're right. If I'm not having any problems, I don't need it. So I'm good.
You
No
didn't get tests.
diabetes. I don't need any testosterone. Yeah.
Well, I think good for you for getting your checkup. I have a checkup tomorrow. Fucking, I don't want the invasive. Hey, let's check the, And he always gives me, hey, want me to check it this time? Like maybe don't. Fuck.
Are you getting a camera up your butt?
Nah. What? What?
You get you
No.
you're
I mean,
getting to
maybe
be
a
that
couple.
age, right?
Yeah, maybe a
Yeah.
finger or two. I mean, whatever. I'll take it. But I can take a couple fingers.
Yeah.
Speaking of fingers up butt or peeing, earning stern. Again, so I've been on a pinball break for a while, and I guess I still am. And I don't know if I'll buy a game again. Maybe not. I wish I could play. I wish Electric Bat was like I'm pointing to the right. Was in my backyard, and I could play all day without buying games, but I can't. So,
Right.
but Stern, man, I am flabberfucked and gasted by what they are doing with like. I guess I don't even know what's news since I've talked. Let's just go down a couple things in my mind. The Black Knight topper thing. So the Black Knight Sword of
Right.
Rage topper is getting redone, and they're charging $1,500 for it instead of I think when it initially came out it was like $400 or $500, which of course is the people like, oh how fucking dare you, and then the people were like, well in the secondary market it's been like $2,500 to $3,000, so they're like fuck yeah it's super cheap. And going from the Jurassic Park LE to the Elvira's House of Horrors LE to rerunning Stranger Things to the toppers, I'm of two minds. One, I think it's the more accurate to myself. Like, yeah, they're a business. They want to sell pinball machines. Just keep making this shit. Remake Ghostbusters. Remake Lord of the Rings. Remake. No, tell me if you're going to remake Lord of the Rings. Fuck you. Don't do that without letting me know. But the Metallica, Ghostbusters, just keep making the fucking games. But it's another nail in the coffin to the secondary market, which the secondary market to me was never a place to make money, but it was a place to like somewhat safe have a hobby without losing your shit. And this is making it tougher and tougher and giving me pause to like, oh shit, I don't even know if I can get a Black Knight for cheap for a little while if they remake it or toppers. And this stuff, from the Elvira house to Jurassic Park to this does this do anything for you and Rachel, or are you guys just like, oh yeah, keep making this shit, let us buy it?
We're not even tuned into it because we don't dabble in the secondary market. I feel your pain, and yeah, I really enjoyed it when you were able to almost like it was like trading baseball cards almost. Oh, I don't have this one, it was a way for you to have a bunch of different games and not lose your ass, and that was awesome. But Rachel and I are just not in tune to it. We get the new Sterns when they release them, and then here and there when a friend will be like, hey, I have this classic game at a good price, do you want it? We do that, yeah. So I do know from people, industry folks that this is the new norm, because Stern's a business. They're
Yeah.
growing, and they have to, they have a gigantic new facility that they have to keep operating and a lot of employees to pay. This this isn't going to change. This is what you're going to see.
Which I think
It's
is. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, which I think is probably good for the industry. Just there's more product out there. I think when you were involved in this secondary market heavily, I think this is something we're going to talk about for years to come. But damn, do you remember that when it was like that? You know, I don't think it's coming back.
No, and what I was gonna say is just agree with you. Of like, I think this is the right call and it's the right thing to do. But we're in this transition period now of going from pre-COVID, which was the normal. I think it might even go. Who can predict? No one predicts the stock market on 100% accurate. All that kind of stuff. Financially, we don't have to get into. Oh, he was right. I'm right. Who fucking knows is the answer. But my instinct/gut would say it might even go below what it was before COVID, because I think with, and by that I mean like the disparity between new and used prices. Before COVID, it was very standard, and you kind of just knew, yeah, lose a couple hundred. Secondary market is just whatever, and we're getting back to that, which is great and healthy. And I would think Stern, instead of making, let's say, I don't know, 5,000 of one game, will just maybe make 3,000 of many games, just to not. I just don't want them to flood the market, because if they flood the market, these used games are going to be dirt cheap, and people are going to drop out of the hobby, myself included, because it just doesn't make financial sense anymore. And the thing that is strange that I've seen from afar, again, I haven't really played much or paid attention aside from maybe checking Pinside every few days and just taking like a 5-second look, where I used to spend like all day like scouring shit like an obsessed fuck. It's like they're making more games, and they want it to be in the home, and they want it to be in an arcade, and they're putting commercials on the LCD to get it at home, which takes things away from the arcade.
Yeah.
But they're raising the prices for home, so it makes more sense to go to the arcade. And like they're kind of not picking a lane. They're trying to be everything to everyone, and that is not a good long-term thing.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
The shotgun method, right?
And they got to pick a lane. And if this is nothing against Electric Bat, but I think like the way of the arcades is like, you either have to be a select few like you, or it's not going to suddenly go back to what it was in the 80s and 90s. Like, all right, now there's tons of successful arcades. I'm sure you and Rachel hear this all the time, and I do as well, honestly, from people who would reach out to the Pinball Party asking for like advice from you guys. Like, oh, we want to do that. We want... Hey, that's just not how it goes, where you just turn it on and suddenly you're great. Like, you guys are, lightning in the bottle over there. I'm not to say it's not replicable, but
it also took 5 years, and we grew very slowly.
And from two people who were already pinball experts.
100%. Right.
Yeah.
That makes a huge difference. Yeah. We're enthusiasts. We know what's going on.
And you're the population of what you're basically Phoenix, right? Which is
like what, 5,000 people? I mean, 5,000.
Like 500 people.
I think we have like 5 million people here, in the greater Phoenix area.
Jesus. So, like, if I was to do that in my greater area, maybe not even 90,000. Yes, Rachel. Hey, how are you? She can't hear me, and I can't hear. Okay, see you later.
Right. He said hello. Jason said hello.
Yep. Maybe 90,000. So if I took the Electric Bat business model and scaled it down to my town, I don't know if it would work. Not because it's not great, but even the like little subculture here of like kind of punk rocky, which I'm very much aware of and love it. And not that it's your only clientele, but it's like a subset in a subset in a subset of a gaming market, and so you just need the numbers to do it. But the point is,
you're right. It would be hard.
That's what she said. The point is that,
boing.
I'm watching you, Twitch. You interrupted me scouring Pinside like a sick fuck. Oh, I'm glad, and I know what it feels like. Yeah, welcome. You're of like-minded crowd. I guess it's the two of us. Pinside, Jesus, God, places a cesspool or rat hole, as you say. Stern trying to be everything to everyone. Like the home pin was another try, and I don't think that was ever going to work. I don't know. I'm not jealous of Stern trying to figure out the like happy medium between all of this. I mean, how many arcades are like Electric Bat that can sustain the volume? How many homes have enough disposable income to sustain, let's say, I don't know what Stern's, hope for each home is. Like, well, we hope every home, not every, but their clientele have what, one game? We hope they have 2 to 5. I don't fucking know. In the
Right.
past, it was
They multiply.
yeah, they do multiply. I think minimum 2, not minimum 2. If I dip my toes back in, the only way I could have one pinball machine is like if I had Lord of the Rings and it sat in the basement and I just played it like once a year and obsessed over it. And that's kind of, where I'm always kind of at. Or I got to have like 2 or 3 because it's a game like anything. You'll get bored. But I don't know if.
So I can, from our end, we are growing and doing better than ever. And it seems like every year it's just like more people are showing up, more people are dropping coins in the machines. But it's not just us. Just in the Phoenix area, there are a bunch of successful arcades, and we know them all. We're buddies with them. We all talk. Everybody's doing well, and we talk to tons of other arcades in the area. You have Lit, formerly Tilt, near you.
Mm-hmm.
That is in a new facility, and they've spent a lot of money, and they're growing in popularity, and we're seeing that around the nation. I agree with you. We are never going to see it at the level that it was in the heyday, the 70s, 80s, and 90s. We're not going to see that again. But I would love to be surprised. But also, just the way pinball is growing. I don't hang out on Pinside. I finally just made an account last month.
Oh.
I can't remember why. I think I'm Electric Kale.
That sounds right.
But anyway, yeah. So
well, let's get on. Okay, keep going. I'm gonna get on the cesspool for all the people who have. Mm-hmm.
So, that number there, you saw the 1.6 million Phoenix.
Yeah, that was just Phoenix.
That's just Phoenix, but Phoenix is Mesa, Tempe, the Valley. That's what I'm talking about, and that's where a lot of pinball stuff's happening. But like on Reddit r/pinball, I've noticed, especially throughout COVID, you saw a lot of new people coming on, buying their first machines, talking about it. Our distributor, Game Room Goodies, I mean, they're more busy than they've ever been, with a lot of course, they're supplying arcades, but mostly supplying collectors and people with home arcades. The quote unquote man cave, or it could be a woman cave, whatever.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds.
but they.
If I Googled woman cave.
Let's not live. Well.
Turn off safe search, which it's always off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, keep going. Sorry. Woman cave.
The industry grow. It really is. There are more streams. I remember back in the day, you would go to Twitch and look for a pinball stream, and it was Jack Danger and then one person you never heard of streaming.
Yeah, with a shitty ass microphone, you couldn't see shit, and then, so you'd watch Jack.
For sure. Yeah, they're using some little webcams.
Yep.
Now, I mean, there are people all over the world streaming there, and was more importantly, tons of competitive streams. People are spending money on these very expensive wireless rigs. We just had a huge 3-day tournament, and Aimless Pinball, Matt and Amy, they came out and streamed our entire tournament. We had a 3-day tournament. They were here the whole time. And I mean, they bought thousands of dollars worth of equipment in, and a wireless rig, a telestrator. People are really getting excited about this stuff.
Wait, what's a telestrator?
So like when you're watching a football game, and the
your Wi-Fi shit. Wait, okay, you're back.
Am I back?
You're back.
Okay, what part of the telestrator did you get?
It's it, and then I lost it.
Okay, so it's like when you're hanging out with your family at Thanksgiving, and you're forced to watch football. It's like when the commentators, they draw on the screen to show you like, this was the path of the ball. Yeah. So they're doing stuff like this. This thing's growing, and I was talking to our distributor not too long ago about Galactic Tank Force, and we were having so many issues with
Oh, that
ours.
game's
As,
dog
hey,
shit. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we'll talk. We'll get into that.
Okay.
But we were asking them, have you had any problems with any others you've sold? And they said they've sold two, but they're still in the box because they're supplying a lot of like what seems like new construction, like people buying new homes and going, oh, I want an arcade. So they're just buying up machines to throw in here. Um, Unfortunately, they got Galactic Tank Force. They're gonna get a little surprised when they open that thing up.
Yeah.
No,
And it's just
probably
actually a
fine.
piece of dog shit.
Oh, dude.
Oh, wait. We got to get to TurboGrafx mentioned. Non-pinball people are shocked when they come to my house. I've gotten several people into pinball to some degree, but they didn't realize it still exists. They can't believe the new technology in the games compared to what they remember. I always make sure to tell them where they can publicly play it. Okay, so he's one of the good ones. Yeah, and when people come to my house right now, they're like, "Oh, what happened to pinball?" And I say, "Don't talk about it," and we move on. But when it is here, it's usually like, "Oh, I thought you just had this game, and now you have these 4 other fucking games, and what are you doing?" And then I explain to them, and they're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" That's what they say. But then they, of course, they inevitably ask. They say, "Oh, that's awesome. How much does it cost?" And you almost like, let's say you have a Stern Pro, and let's get weird. A Stern Pro and a Jersey Jack standard, like $12,000, whatever.
Right.
Oh, how much does one cost? Well, it can range from $6,000 to $15,000, bro. What's up? And they're like,
Yes.
Get fucked. Like
Right.
are you a stupid person for doing this? And you say yes, and they aptly say that's the price of a car, and you say yes. And then they kind of do that little judge thing, like, "What do you do for a living? Are you better than me?" And it's like, fuck this. So I actually I don't. But I mean, TurboGrafx. How many games do you currently have? I think Twitch. I know he's got. He's local, and he's a few miles that way. He has. What do you have? 4 games, kind of that stay there. But you're a Twitcher is he gets a game, fixes it up, moves it on, fixes it up. I'd say similar. I'm similar to him, or he's similar to I, and some games just last a little bit. But 13 cabs, one of which is a P3. Get fucked.
Ooh,
Are you serious?
Cool.
I
P3s are dope.
P3s are so fucking cool. All the negative stuff I hear is from either podcasts or whatever. Essentially, secondhand information. To me,
Right.
if I was me, and I am coming into this hobby out of nowhere, like, hey, what the fuck? I have $10,000 to spend, and I heard about a P3. If I was only doing like a day's worth of research, that would seem like that is the way to go, 100%. And even, I mean, if there wasn't things that I knew about it, I would totally be into that, of just the software updates, switching games around. But I can't imagine. P3 gets played more than anything else I have, far and away, especially when non-pinball. Yeah, and I would think the same thing. It's kind of like cars are going to the electric vehicle thing long term. I mean, Tesla, etc. But I don't know. I'm talking about cars because I've been into kind of cars the last few months. That's what I've been doing, and spending money doing stupid shit. But yeah, P3 seems like, if maybe Stern should do what Multimorphic is doing, just do it better. And that might be the ticket, where like Stern makes a game, but you can swap it. I don't know, man. That seems like a lot to ask of a customer. Jesus, the more I talk about it.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a P3?
Yeah.
Or have you toyed with it?
We don't. No, but I've played them tons of times at conventions, and they're super cool, a lot of fun. I mean, we used to play them a lot back in the day before, all the more modern stuff like Scott's Game and the what is it, the Weird Al. He had some kind of racing game. I remember we were playing
Cosmic
this at
Kart?
the Houston arcade. Is it? And he had like 4 of them linked up, and you could like you were battling each other, like you were racing each other. I mean, you're playing pinball, right? Man, it was so cool.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, we wouldn't get one for the arcade just because I don't know about operating it, and I'm not gonna risk it. But I'd like to have one at home. It's fun. I'll tell you what you don't want is a Galactic Tank Force.
Yeah, let's talk shit about that for a while. It's bad. I mean, it's just bad.
It is horrible. please don't buy this thing. We finally had to take ours off of the floor. So, just to recap, you warned us and said, don't get it.
Yeah.
But we had already told before it was actually released, just by seeing videos and how, campy it was and the story was funny. We were like, and most importantly, we had a Hot Wheels. And Hot Wheels was one of the most reliable machines we ever had. So we were like, this is great. We'll have another super reliable machine. So we told our distributor that, hey, sign us up. So, and that was like a long time ago. And so it finally, he was finally able to secure a couple of them. He's like, okay, we have it. Okay. So we paid him. We were excited. We unboxed it, and it's beautiful. It's a great machine. Great job, Chris Franchi.
Mm-hmm.
It
does look great.
It's super cool. The artwork, I mean, his art's always great. So, and then we play it for one day. We're like, this is great. But we're just playing like one player games and goofing off. And we set it up in the arcade, and man, is this thing just riddled with problems. And we're constantly having to like refund people.
Oh.
Yeah, there are like loads and loads of issues with this thing, mechanical and software wise. And this is what's funny. The podcast we did right after getting Galactic Tank Force, we raved about it. We're like, man, this thing's beautiful. But we're like, more to come. We'll update you.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the very next podcast, we had to be like, I don't know if you heard it, but we were like, man, this thing has serious issues. And before we said anything like this, we didn't, maybe we got a lemon,
Yeah.
But we started talking to other operators who were dealing with the same issues. And there's a whole thread on Pinside, the Galactic Tank Force owners, club or whatever. You know how each game has their, message board, whatever.
Oh yeah. Okay, keep going. I'm gonna find it on here. Yeah.
Yeah, and people are all having the same issues. This isn't an isolated thing. So they the people is that it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what's amazing, if you go to like 16, 17, 18, I don't know what page it's on right now.
Wait. This comment from Rizmo on Pinside. I wanted to read some reviews about this game. Does anyone know why it's not showing up the top 100 page? Well, I would think maybe because it's not top 100. It's a bad game. Anyway, keep going. The reviews are it's bad. There you go, Rizmo. If you're listening, don't do it.
Yeah. So I think it's like 17, 18 or something like that. The page is on there. Okay. There's a guy that breaks down all of the issues he's having with it with really great write-ups. You can see them. They're great write-ups with photos. And so anyhow.
Okay, I'll find it.
Yeah. Somewhere in there, they dropped our podcast where we're talking about like, man, we're having real problems with it. And most importantly, problems with customer service, just not really getting any help out of it. And so David Fix, who is the vice president there at American, and also works he's on the board at Expo. He called Rachel. He actually called the bar. He called the bar, which is weird, because I had already called him and left him my number. So he calls the arcade, and then Rachel calls him back. He picks up, and he was like, "Oh, I feel so bad about this. We saw we listened to your podcast, and immediately had a meeting about it, and we want to fix these problems." Well, long story short, he hasn't been able to fix any of our problems. The machine has had to come off of the floor. It's just, if we can't make money with it, what's the point of having it? That's the guy. The guy you're showing right now. And he's breaking down everything. And I want you to see this because this is an important part of the story.
Okay.
He's listing all these problems, and he's doing it in a good light as to kind of help people.
Yeah.
He's not meaning to trash it in any way. He's just like, these are the issues. Because if you look before he started doing this, people were asking, like, what's going on with this?
Yeah.
So anyhow, we've kind of David Fix has kind of ghosted us now. We're like, hey, we really need help. Last thing he was supposed to send us some beta code and a new switch, and we haven't heard anything from him because I just I don't know what's up with this company. Anyhow,
Ugh.
very we saw a very interesting interview on. Are you familiar with 904 Pinball Zine?
No.
Okay, so it's a guy, and I'm sorry I can't remember his name, but I've met him so many times at conventions. He has been doing this pinball zine, which I think is just online. It's not a true zine, I guess. He has a YouTube channel called 904 Pinball Zine, and he interviews a guy named Steve Cummings
Quick
of
video
American
about
Pinball
pinball.
at IAPA, which I think was in Florida. Very interesting stuff going on here.
Is
So
this
in
it?
the interview, yeah, that's it. That's it
Okay.
right there. And
Okay.
this guy's been in the scene forever. I've seen him at conventions interviewing people, and he does it like quick and dirty guerrilla style. It's just like him and his cell phone. It's great.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
So so this guy Steve Cummings, he starts interviewing this guy Steve, and he tells a story about like how he started working with American. He was selling radio ads and doing collections for like student loans, and things weren't going well. So he
Hmm.
walked into American Pinball because it was near his house and said, "Hey, I'm this guy. This is my background. You guys need any help?"
Eh,
And they immediately hired him for
Shit.
sales. No, I mean, you can watch the video. He
That-
says it. So Americans literally hiring people off the street that have no pinball experience. And so, I keep watching this thing, and I think at about 13 minutes into it, this is the very interesting part. So
Is this the interview you're talking about?
that's the interview. Yeah.
Okay.
This is the really interesting part. This dude, Steve, starts talking about all of the naysayers, the people that say there, and he specifically says all of the people on Pinn's side are lying. There are no problems with Galactic Tank Force.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, you can tell he's never been in pinball because all fucking pinball machines have problems.
Yeah.
No company comes out and says there are zero problems with our machines.
Yeah.
I mean, so either, you know, he may be a nice guy, but he is absolutely lying. And for him to call the people on Pinside liars is just straight fucked up. Because they posted our shit on Pinside, and we're definitely not lying. And we've talked to the company about this. So either, I mean, he doesn't need to be gaslighting people for sales. It, you know, so this is really odd. This incident combined with what I'm hearing from industry people about how American is doing their suppliers wrong. Like I talked to three at
Yeah.
Expo.
I've heard. Yep.
Yeah, where Americans just like ordering parts and not paying for them. And so I'm kind of and not only we're hearing this rumor, and we're hearing this rumor from many places where the owner, I'm guessing it Vasani, is saying if you don't sell like two or 300 of these Galactic Tank Forces before the end of the year, which might be January for them or mid-January. I don't know how they do their calendar. They're not going to green light the next one. I just something majorly wrong is going on with this company, and they need to shift things around and fix this. Or I mean, they bottom line need a new leadership.
Uh.
But do not buy Galactic Tank Force
Yeah.
because that thing's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Do not. Good call. We'll find your past self and hear your current self talking about it. Let's see. Owners of Galactic Tank Force, at least via Pinside, 28 Pinsiders have this game in their collection. 28. That's a big.
Right.
28. Okay, let's see the LE. Do they differentiate? I forget. I think they
Right.
do.
And now
39.
let me full disclosure. I always say, because I don't want to just rag on a machine just to rag on a machine, but
No.
it pisses me off. This asshole's calling people liars. nobody's lying. I mean, there are issues with this machine, and they're consistent from many people I talk to. Um, but there are people in that thread who are saying they're enjoying their machine, and I could very much see it if you have it at home and you're only turning it on for a couple of games
Yep.
here and there. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's totally fine for the home user.
Yeah.
But it's when you put it on the streets and try to make money with it, because one of the biggest problems is multiplayer games. That there's some bug in the software where it's makes it hard to play a 4-player game because you'll like lock a ball and it'll move on to the next player. You'll lock a ball from multi-ball and it'll just move to the next player just out of
Yeah.
nowhere, and a lot of other stuff like that. But anyway, I don't. Yeah.
No, it's not to rag on it. It's not like let's turn on the shit on pinball machine stream and just it is what it is. I need to pull up NAP, KNAPP Arcade. For those out there, go visit NAP Arcade for basically everything. That's kind of my news drip of the last couple months has just been NAP Arcade. So I just want to go down this a little bit, see if we can shine light on something that's not trash in a game. So I'm just going to go down a couple of these news things, chime in as you see fit.
Yeah.
Actually, let's go reverse. All right, let's go reverse. Let's go from... Shit, let's go to the bottom of the page. Fuck it. All right, November 14th. Sorry, everyone. Stream Pinball.
Code updates.
Code updates. Anything, yeah, for like every game under the sun. Bunch of shit.
That was a busy day for us.
I bet it was. Is there any standouts from those games that that people have said or that you're like, oh, this huge new thing, everyone loves it? Or was it kind of like everything needed this was like the adding commercials to the games and that shit?
I think it was adding commercials. It was updating node boards. Foo Fighters got some new stuff, but we've been so busy, I haven't had enough time to delve into it. I think like some of the biggest stuff was Bond, Foo Fighters, Venom, and Stranger Things. Maybe I think they've in some of those games they added, how they're doing like options to go straight to mini wizard modes. I think those may have been added in some of the games.
Okay,
but most of all the games, it was just. I think they were adding those commercials and then updating node board stuff.
All right. Moving on. Barrels of Fun shares pictures of... Okay, Labyrinth.
Barrels of Fun. Yeah.
Barrels of Fun. Labyrinth Pinball Production. Implements improvement. Yeah, fucking A. That seems to be the shining light of 2023 is Labyrinth still.
Yeah. This company, I'm excited about this company. They're great guys. They have the tools and the talent to be successful, and we are going to see, I guarantee you, we're going to see really amazing things from these folks.
And they strike me as the opposite of American Pinball's alleged response to thing of where, like, I bet if something is busted at Labyrinth or, whatever, oh, what can we do to help? What can we do to fix it? I mean, even here, like, they're implementing improvements during, like, oh, yeah, let's fix it. I don't know if ego, hubris, whatever you want to call it, people who just think they're above the way that like humans work. Of like, we don't need to do the good customer service. Our product will speak for itself.
Right. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Then you shouldn't be doing this. It's not going to work out well, bruh. All right. Stern Pinball shows behind the looks at how Venom is made. I bet it's made with wood and metal and lights and stuff. All right. The next 3 American pinball games are original themes. Next reveal February. Yeah. Let's just wait and see.
Franchi art? This is all new to me. This is what I like. I haven't paid attention
let's get
to
into
this.
It. So the American pinball thing, let's just see if they keep making games. Franchi art on next Spooky. Yeah. So that's, let's assume it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Well, and I guess what I'm hearing from people is they're going to kind of do like what they did with Halloween and Ultraman. So same layout. One of them is going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the other one's going to be Looney Tunes.
That is they did it before, and it was like, that's neat. But Ultraman, it's like, what are you doing? But this, I would think, but Looney Tunes is almost a better theme than Texas. No, not almost. It is. Looney Tunes is a better theme than Texas Chainsaw. So much kudos on you, Spooky, for a good double theme. New run, Black Knight Topper special. Oh, actually, I didn't see it. Hello. Thanks, Jason, for giving me all this news. Just going
Wait,
through it.
so this sounds like they're giving it the Elvira treatment, right?
Well,
They're
new
gonna
run of
run.
Black Knight Hopper, so yeah, knew that. Special LE version coming. Godzilla Premium on the line. Imagine that. So, okay, Rumblings of Stern is about to do a special limited edition of Black Knight Sword of Rage machines. Please stop your production if you're not doing this. Please do make a special LE, but take the fucking upper playfield off of it and make a special LE of the Pro. You know, make the Pro the game.
Yes,
You have to have sales numbers.
The Pro is the game.
9 out of 10 people that will say the Pro is the better game. There's the few that like to say, well, you must have not played the old Black Knight. I don't care. Like, it's a different game. If it was a remake of that game, sure. But this, take the upper playfield out. If they'd made, I think that's the sweet spot. They take a game like this, similar to Ghostbusters Pro, which I think takes the edge on the premium as well. Take the Pro version of a game that's better than the LE or premium and make a special version of that Pro. But they better not charge $13,000 for like a Black Knight Sword of Rage. That game is not worth that much. Make a Pro version that's pimped out and charge premium price for it. Like, I mean, literally a premium price. So what, $9,500, $9,800. And you need to add a smidge more code to Black Knight Sword of Rage, I think. As much as I love that game, and coming from a music aficionado, musician, sound engineer, like the music does get old. Even though it's great, it just needs a little more variety to it. It's fantastic music, just like,
right. And you bring up a great point. Since looks like they are releasing a special LE version, we're going to get good code, which that should make people happy, the existing owners.
Yeah, because the Pro is so much better. The two, God,
man, I was playing it yesterday, dude. It's so good.
It's so good, bro. It's not even the fact that the upper playfield slows it down, but it does full stop. Like the best shot in Black Knight Sword of Rage Pro, in my opinion, is the center ramp, which is like a very shallow ramp, and it whips the ball back. That upper playfield fucks up the best shot in the game as well. Not only does it add a catapult multi-ball that, like, it's too big. It's not fun. If anyone likes it, I'm not saying you suck, but most people I know prefer the Pro. If they rerun just the Pro though, that'd be a game with new code. That's a game I'd buy, because that game feels right at the right price, like similar to Iron Man, where used or whatever, it's like $6,000, $6,500. Black Knight Sword of Rage, fast fucking game, simple rules but still fun, $6,500 as far as price. That's it.
I'm sorry, man. I'm laughing at this troll, man, and I'm not gonna feed him. But
we got a troll. We got a troll. Oh, our first troll.
We got our first troll. I mean, if this guy had any idea what my life was like, bro.
Thank you. Okay, for all the audio listeners, both of your lives. This is a chat on Twitch. Both of your lives sound empty and sad. All you have is this. Oh man, I'm sorry. Appreciate you taking the time out of your day to say that. That's a bummer.
I hope that person has the best day and year ever.
Yeah, man.
Find something else to do.
I hope things start turning up for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Okay, so back to the news. What do we have?
Back to the news.
And by the way, yes, the 904 pinball guy is named Cody. Great guy. Go check out his content. Thank you, TurboGrafx.
Yes. Thanks, man. So the Stern launches app, and it crashes. I didn't see that. And it crashes.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me about it. All I've read is this.
All right. Well, I got to see it before it was released. I couldn't talk about it or anything like that. It's just like it's nothing special. It's just like the website. But now it's an app. But it looks exactly like if you use the website to log in, it was the same thing. What this will bring is now they will be able to do like push notifications and more things that they can do within an app.
Yes.
But it's the same thing. And yes, we did crash the shit out of their servers. I mean, everybody's trying to download.
Good. Hell yeah, man.
Right. Everybody tried to log in and do everything in the same hour, and yeah, they couldn't handle the load. But yeah. So
What is
it's an app.
wait? What is with these couldn't handle these load? They couldn't handle the load. You've said that.
Yeah.
You've said woman cave. You've said grabbed it out of nowhere, start shaking. What was it earlier? Rewind it.
I don't know.
20.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're just thinking of, or maybe I am.
Mm-hmm.
They launched the app.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me. It must be me. Stern, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing, but hey, figure out who your audience is. You're not you can't do everything to everyone. All right, American.
Oh
damn it.
God! Here
look
we
at
go.
this.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, let's talk about this. So,
We got to say it. You got to, because not everyone can see what we're looking at.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Do you want to?
Oh, you take it.
Yeah.
You take it.
Okay, the next article.
Mm-hmm.
American Pinball reveals special features for Galactic Tank Force Signature Edition machines. It looks like what they did, since they can't sell these things,
You're right.
they brought them back to the factory, put a new apron on there, and had everybody in the factory sign it, and then added a lunchbox, and then added like $3,000 or $4,000 to the price.
Nice.
Is that correct? Something like that.
Hey, before we get too far, Everything Now show is saying, I got to play more Galactic Tank Force. I really admire the art and the theme. Yeah, maybe you weren't here like 10 minutes ago. And you're right. It looks great. It kind of sounds great. It's pretty cool. If Kale, as an owner of the game, give him the warning you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, no, you're right. You have find a place.
No,
where
not my.
it's
Don't worry about it,
on-
man. Don't worry about it. Everything. Go ahead.
Yeah. Find one and play it. It's cool. It looks cool. It's a fun experience.
Yeah.
But it's just not reliable, and it doesn't play in our arcade. In a busy arcade where you're having multiple people play it all day long with 2, 3, 4 player games. It's just not reliable at all. But if you find one at an arcade, drop some money in it.
Yeah.
Play a 1-player game. You're probably gonna have a fun time.
Yep. I agree. That's there's one at a local pinball near me. I'm lucky. It's next to Legends of yeah, Legends of Valhalla. I actually like, to which I have not touched, but I'm curious. I like Legends of Valhalla better than Galactic Tank Force. But honestly, like in my pantheon of every pinball machine I've played, Galactic Tank Force is up there in the like first impressions was so bad of what aside from visually A+, looks awesome.
Yeah.
Theme A, like to me, original theme it goes and it doesn't fucking play well and it doesn't work well. Let's move on. We've given them enough. Barrels of Fun Labyrinth is now available to play at 7 public arcades. Yeah, so it's getting out there. For those I guess listening, here are my man. All right. This is where Labyrinth, as of 6 days ago, is available to play probably more places. IO Arcade Bar in Saint Madison, Wisconsin? I live and was born and raised in Wisconsin. Is Saint Madison a thing? Or is Saint Madison, Wisconsin? Is this a suburb of... Now I'm doing this. Okay, I don't know State Street. Anyway, IO Arcade Bar in Madison. Lumberjack Johnny's.
Okay.
Hey, Lumberjack Johnny's.
Yeah.
Good friends of the show.
Lumberjack Counties.
Appleton, Wisconsin. Another great place. 61 Pin Bar in Sunbury, Pennsylvania. Go play Labyrinth there. Kickback Pinball Cafe in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Coin Slot, LOL, in Traverse City, Michigan. Wormhole Pinball in Houston, Texas. Yeah. Open for public play during IFPA tournaments. And Joysticks, Classic Games, and Pinballs in Houston, Texas. So go find Labyrinth out there and play. And when is Electric Bat?
Also, on Tilt.
On Tilt.
AC Goji, on Tilt. In California, they have one too. They just got one recently. So you can go play there also.
When
and you were about to ask, when are we going to get it? We are not. And
wait.
Just because
You are not getting one. Is that what you're saying?
we're not. That's correct. We're not getting one. We played it. We had a great time. We know the folks that built it, and we have a great relationships with them. We just, we got burned on Galactic Tank Force. And I'm don't these guys are not gonna. We're not worried about them burning us. We just don't. We don't right now. We don't want to risk that much money on a company who is putting out their first machine. We're just being cautious.
Stop it. Okay, I got no rebuttal. You're just yeah, shit. I do the same thing. This one, man,
Right, but we might get what the Fifth Element. That's the next one. We might get that once we hear back from all of these arcades and that this thing can handle just. And we always stress this. The issues we see with machines, most homeowners just do not see. If I had a home arcade and had a bunch of money, I would probably already have Labyrinth, right? Um, but I'm not willing to test it out in a place like Electric Bat Arcade that's open 20 hours a day.
I want to see. I'm opening up ChatGPT for all those listening. Fifth Element. I don't think that's a good theme for pinball. Meh. I like the movie. I even thought back in the day it was always the epitome of like home theater. Test out your home theater on Fifth Element. I'm going to see if ChatGPT knows how popular is Fifth Element these days. Now, this is not usually the way to talk to ChatGPT. Not a lot of details.
You might want to say Fifth Element movie, or does it know?
It knows, I guess. Usually, the more details you can give AI, the better for it to get output. But let's start with this. ChatGPT, as of my last knowledge update of January 2022, The Fifth Element remains a popular and well-regarded science fiction film released, yada, yada. The film's popularity may have, yada, yada. So you ask, can you apply any numerical data to that? Nice. He doesn't have real-time access.
Yeah.
You may want to check platforms of.
Yeah, so I am not excited about this title, but it's just because I've never seen the movie. I'm not familiar with it, but everybody else I talk to is like, "How cool is this Fifth Element?" So I think it's going to do well. There's a lot of excitement about it. But I mean, it's pinball. Just think about this. I mean, Spooky, who is by all means a successful company, right? They keep building machines and selling them and selling out. I mean, they did titles like Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like when we're talking about the pinball industry, it's not like, it's not exactly popular. So it's like,
all right, fuck you, ChatGPT.
I think this title will do well.
You're saying Labyrinth or Fifth Element? Sorry, I was.
Well, I was talking about Fifth Element, but I think, well, obviously the Labyrinth is doing well. I mean, they're selling very well.
But I think at least 75% of how well Barrels of Fun is doing is the whole package of great company, great people there, good response to consumers, open to feedback, came out with a great product. I think if that game would have been Fifth Element, probably is very, like theme-wise, probably a very similar, I think, outpouring of support verbally. It just they're just fucking killing it. We'll see. Could be 6 months from now, they steal everyone's money, they leave the country or countries. I'm not sure where everyone's from, and we all get burned in the ass.
These guys won't do that.
You never know. But yeah, doubtful at all.
Yeah.
All right. So this.
Oh,
come
dude.
on. You tell me.
Yo. This is the first I've seen of this. Please let this be real.
Okay, so what he's referring to on naparcade.com, we're going up the list of some recent news ship. Don't Stop Believin'. Stern Pinball may have the license for Journey. Now, if their target market, you go ahead first.
So this makes so much sense to me because I don't know what the timeline's like, but John Borg, and he said this in the open. It wasn't like I overheard him say it, that he's working on 2 machines right now.
Sure.
And I know what one of them is, and if the other one is Journey, dude, please bring it.
So need a little context of the 2 opinions here. I'm 41. You are, Kale, 40.
I'll be 48 in December.
So Journey.
That's next month. So I'm basically 48 is what I'm saying.
So you're You're 50.
More,
I'm 40.
more 50. Right, right.
Yeah, I'm more 40. You're more 50.
So
Was
you're about
Journey?
to tell me you're not in the Journey.
I'm not. I mean, like, have I ever once? This is how I'm not into Journey. Have I listened to it and been like, oh, this is the worst music ever? No, it's like you hear it and like, oh, that's just the music that exists. Kind of like Elton John to a certain extent.
Right.
Have I ever like put it? I've never purchased a Journey cassette or CD or Spotify. I've never searched for it on Spotify. I think for a lot of people, Journey fits into the, oh, I like it. It's for people that don't really give a shit about music. That, again, my opinion. I'm not nagging it.
Right.
Because I'm sure there's. So give me, like, when you grew up,
my
was
turn,
this.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, wait. I'm not done shitting over it. Wait. I got to shit a little more. Let me. I know you're very well aware of the, like, me growing up in the 90s, the zeitgeist of, like, Nirvana, Green Day, Offspring. You're well aware of the impact. So for me, that's kind of my first, like, right? So was Journey in an era for you like that, where, like, it hit you at the right time and they were huge? Or
Well, when I was a very little kid in the early 80s, yeah, I mean, because this was on the radio, and you'd ride around with your mom and dad and rock freaking Journey. And yeah, so let's just say the 50-year-old scene, this is a big deal. This is a huge deal. And just as far as like music fans, I mean, these are some of the best musicians in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, they unbelievable talents. Also, with the younger crowd, just at the bar, when Journey comes on, they go, fuck yeah. You know, they get excited about it. I'm talking like 20, 30, 40-year-olds.
I think that's
they are, and I think,
yeah.
Well, it's been in pop culture, like in
that's
movies.
The thing. I think that's the thing for me, and I
didn't
can't.
The Sopranos like end with it or something like that? Well, it was like a big deal. I don't know, but
it seems to be, at least from my. I'm trying to separate like my music-y judgy. Not I'm like judgy, but like my kind of.
Is that Is that Zach?
Punk rock. Yeah, it's what's up, Zach? Hey, man.
Zach.
Harsh.
Zach in the house.
Worlds apart. Yeah,
Yo,
we are. I'm not sure which one's harsh.
We get machines from Zach. We're getting a Pulp Fiction.
I should. Yes. I don't have his theme song pulled up, but whatever. When I buy my pinball, should I buy from Flemina?
Yeah.
We got it figured out. Bye. Yeah. Bye. Yeah. Zach and Nicole. Zach, aren't you like dying or whatever? I think of like COVID. I think he's dying.
Oh no.
Yeah, this just in, Zach. Many dies of COVID. No, he's doing great. But I think I saw something. But hope you're doing better, man. Journey. Yeah, what you're saying is the thing to me of like growing up in like the kind of, I'll just say the skateboard punk rock kind of music scene. I'm a musician through and through, and I love all sorts. But it was always that like. That's the music that, like, yeah, the masses like at bars, and they all sing along, and it's like, pour some sugar on me, that, and it's like always kind of against it to a certain extent. So I'm trying to like separate my like that side of me from that, where like I think someone who's, you know, literally grew up in Compton, super into Snoop or Dre back then, and then them listening to Matchbox 20 would probably be like, are you fucking serious?
For sure.
You know, but at the same time, like Matchbox,
ladies.
Yeah, we're like, fuck them, but objectively, they're pretty good. You know what I mean?
I love Ed and Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah, they're fucking great.
You know what's funny? We went. Side note. We went. Ed, when I worked at Marco Specialties, Ed came to the office. You know, he's a big pinball fan. Ed from Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
So
he's been on some podcasts, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. But he came to the office, and I just met him, and he was so friendly and so much fun. He sat on my lap, and we took photos and had a lot of fun. And then he gave us all tickets to go to the show. And we're at the show, and there's like, I mean, I don't know, like 10,000 people here. It's a big venue. It's a stadium, right?
Yeah.
And we're all rocking out. And
to Journey? To Bare Naked Ladies.
He did. Did you know Ed can play the shit out of drums? And they played some Led Zeppelin, which was amazing. They're great musicians. But then they gave us a shout out. He's like, listen, guys, I'm really into pinball. And they put a spotlight on us and said, and I would like to thank my friends and family at Marco Specialties. And we're all sitting there. We're like, oh my God. Yeah, it was a great time. Yeah. But just a little side note about our friends at Bare Naked Ladies.
Bare Naked Ladies, I like them. It's kind of, my sister she was 2 years older than me, so she was always getting me into certain music. She turned me on to like Smashing Pumpkins, and that there was this other
dude,
side.
That's my shit.
Yeah, that there was this other side
on.
of music than just, again, to like shit like Journey to me. And again, whatever. So I just have
so
this.
you're saying it's too
It's
commercial?
too mainstream, but I guess maybe that's. I'm not thinking right. You probably should do mainstream if you want to sell shit. Yeah, you probably shouldn't make The Offspring.
Right.
Well, you should, but
Journey will be an awesome title.
why don't they just have make a bare naked ladies pinball machine and have bare naked ladies eat some of the cost? Make 500 of them.
Well, they could do that with like they did it with Primus. You use the Woe Nelly template.
Primus. We want to just talk about Primus. First time I saw Primus, I was at Ozfest, and there was a band playing naked on stage, and I didn't know Primus yet.
Cool.
Of other than like Jerry was a race car driver. That was kind of like all I knew.
Right.
But people, damn it,
Goddamn fast.
yeah, never did no checker flag, never did common last. Yeah, they were playing naked, and the 20 of us, roughly 20 of us, we were, how old were we? 16, I guess. First Ozfest. This is when like Ozzy was still playing it, and I think Manson was there. System of a Down was maybe System of a Down was naked. That era, for what it's worth.
Okay.
We all thought, like, would it be funny if we like made a joint like from Cheech and Chong up and smoked the size of Cheech and Chong? So we did. We all put our weed together, which back then, $20 for an eighth. So it's like just the worst. It's just seeds. Yeah, it's just shitty. Yeah. And we all put it together. Let's fucking put it together. And we had this, large dildo size marijuana cigarette, and we smoked it and got completely fucked. And when Rob Zombie came on, was it White Zombie or Rob Zombie? I started getting really like anxiety lightheaded, and I'm like, holy fuck. I had to skip Ozzy because I was too fucked up from that huge joint. I went back in the SUV we drove and passed the fuck out and woke up when everyone came back. And so I don't know how we got there, but let's use that scenario. Are people going to Journey concerts and getting down like that? Or are they just like, oh, my mom's drunk and singing to Journey?
I've never been to a Journey concert, but I'm sure they're freaking awesome. I mean, they've been separated, no pun intended, for a while.
AC/DC I get for sure, Zach. Yeah. I mean, AC/DC. Let's not fuck around.
And you can't bring up Journey, Foreigner, Styx, and AC/DC without a little Toto. Come on.
Oh, Journey, Foreigner, Styx. Make a Styx game as a lol. That'd be great.
Roboto.
All right, so Journey might be coming from Stern. We'll see. And
cool. First, I've heard about 2 thumbs up. Now, what is this? Major Canadian game distributor sold. Jersey Jack begins sending showroom Elton John to distros.
So Jersey Jack sends some.
It's a little blurry on my screen.
This morning, Canadian company Cineplex announced that it's selling its huge arcade and pinball distribution business, Player One Amusement Group, for a whopping $155 million. The business was purchased by an international investment company called Open Gate Capital. As part of the deal, blah, 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 a bunch of shit. In other news, Jersey Jack.
This is an arcade, I guess, like one of those big, like mall type arcades, right?
Like a Dave and Buster's, maybe? I don't know.
Right, I guess. I'm not familiar with them.
Same. In other news, Jersey Jack Pinball has begun shipping its new Elton John pinball machines to distributors. Okay. What? Yeah, cool. Elton John. I'd play that for $1 or whatever it costs to play. I wouldn't buy it, but
it's a
I
cool
want to
game.
play it. New prototype part for spooky pinball game revealed. Okay, so they're doing some guerrilla marketing. Yep, for Texas chain. I think this art, the Kale is talking about, for those just listening, little skull and some flippers. It looks more like Elvira art.
Looks like some Dirty Donnie.
Them sold.
Style.
What are you saying sold, Zach? The spooky parts or the Elton John?
Elton John.
Yeah. Canada has 2 large dealers, them and Nitro.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Tommy at Nitro, and then be happy you don't live in Canada if you are a pinball fan, because it's a pain in the ass to get machines, get parts. You get taxed. It's I'm sorry, Canadian friends,
but the fishing up there is phenomenal.
That's
And
what I hear.
hockey
Yeah.
maple
And
syrup.
whatever else they have, like
Yeah.
truck rallies or didn't they
Yeah.
like anti-COVID truck convoys and
Eh?
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pinball Brothers announced new Ellen. Can I just? Can I? What am I asking
saw
permission?
this thing. I saw this thing at Expo.
I'm gonna just. I was about to say, can I just say something? But literally, I'm just fucking saying. Why am I asking?
Mm-hmm.
Putting so much effort into.
I'll give you permission. Noted.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Alien. Or now let's do a Rupee version. Now let's do a new translate. Let's do a. I mean, maybe they're making money on it, but I mean, is there enough volume of Alien out there for people to give a shit? I don't know. Twitch. Yeah, sorry. He mentioned that sticker looks like Don's Pinball Podcast. I'm not with the times. Dude changes his stuff. Let's go back down.
Yeah.
We'll get back to Alien in a second. And yeah, he's right. Don's Pinball Podcast.
Pinball.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think he's a big Spooky fan. He lives closer to them than I do, and I think he does some like shared promotion stuff with them and all that.
So that's
a little prototype, probably upper playfield kind of thing. For those just listening, we see a hand holding a piece of wood. Lol. It's got a few notches in it. Lol. And whoa! Sorry, this big. We got to zoom in on this back here. You see this? We
what
gotta,
is going on?
Yeah. We gotta go back to this now. Oh,
is this at Charlie's house? What is this?
I don't know, but Zoom is
Luke?
not working. Oh, I gotta get it. I gotta get it to work, everyone. What is that? I don't know whose house this is, but we're looking at a picture of someone laying down on their elbows and putting elbows up, kind of like a photobomb portrait in the back. Yeah, in the back of someone looking George Costanza-ish from Seinfeld, but with clothes on. That is hey Don, if that's your house, that's awesome. If it's not, whoever, that's awesome, and it's also weird.
This is Don's place.
I think
thought
so.
It might have been Charlie's.
I gotta. Now my zoom's all messed up. It could be Charlie's. Well, I'm thinking because of the sticker. Sorry, everyone, for just listening. What the hell are we talking about? But let's move on to Alien. Are they doing too much with Alien and Aliens, or was the translate that cool to make an announcement?
This game, I like playing this game. Have you had a chance to play it?
I've played it. Yeah, I love the mood and
yes, very cool.
All that, yeah.
But they don't 100% work.
Yeah.
Like I have two friends who have them, and one's at home and one's on location, and they always have they consistently have some little problem. That's the only thing that's a bummer about them, but they look freaking cool. And I mean, if this is, I mean, I think it's time for a new game, but if this is all they can do to kind of get people excited, I mean, whatever.
Yeah. Just a lot of Alien stuff, just more like little additions to Alien. All right, American Pinball announces Black Friday sale on Legends.
Here we go.
See, can we just move past it, or do you want to talk about it? Thanks, guys. We're moving past it. Executive decision.
Okay.
Stern Pinball confirms Black Knight Topper production. Yeah. We talked about this earlier. New Black Knight Topper. Hey, rerun the pros, please. This special LE that you may be making, please just have it be a pro that's just a little more pimped.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't make an LE.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite Stern Topper. This thing is so cool.
Said everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's amazing. The
it's
animatronic,
so good.
Very, very cool machine. So this is the best Stern Topper. I think second is the fish tank from Walking Dead.
Ooh. Wait. Let's okay. Keep going. Are you gonna keep going? Yeah.
No, because that's it. No, they're all cool. You know, we just got courtesy of Stern, we have a Mando Topper now, and people are loving that thing.
It is cool.
Yeah, man. People are, and the funny thing is, it's actually like people are going back now to revisit that machine to play it with the topper, because it has like this bonus meter and all this stuff. I'm still trying to figure out everything it does, and you can one thing I didn't know, you can change the default lighting and within the menu. You can
of the topper.
of the topper, yeah, you can instead of like I think the default's like this blue glow, but then we put it in what's called sunset, which is very cool and more like it feels like it more matches the machine. But yeah,
Hmm.
so if you do have a Mando topper, go in the it might be kind of cool to give it something fresh, go in there and change the lighting scheme.
I want to see what Google says because I feel like I'm just googling best pinball topper. Pick some random. Here we go. Pinball. What the fuck am I looking at? I don't know.
What's the most expensive one? Probably Ghostbusters. Doesn't
Well,
that sell for like 4 or 5 grand?
because the used market. I mean, for a while it was Ghostbusters
Yeah, that's
or
that's what I
Black
mean.
Knight.
Like on
Eh.
used market. Yeah.
I need a visual here to. I mean, Black Knight seems to be the right answer, but no. Personally, I know what my favorite actual topper is. It's the Godzilla topper. But the fake one that I don't know how to Google this. It's the one that dude made that just looks like cardboard with a little towel. It looks like shit because they thought that the real one
Never
was.
seen this.
You haven't seen this? It's by
No,
far the
it's
best
probably
one.
probably on Pinside, right?
It mimics the actual real one with the cloud breath or whatever. Oh, how do I find it? But they made it look like just trash, and I think it looks way better. All right, I'm Googling it and looking. Let's see if someone posted it somewhere. I gotta. All right, I'm gonna keep talking while I'm looking. And sorry for like whiplash of me googling this.
Well,
but
we did just get we won a Bond topper through Project Pinball.
and the LE1 is the same as, like, I mean the standard, right? I mean this is there's just one 007 topper, right?
Oh yeah. It's the
That's a
same
question.
one that was it was the one I was looking. I'm sorry, I was looking at all the photos you were posting.
Oh, I'm trying to find. Keep going.
It
Yeah.
was it's the same one that came with the Bond 60th. And it's a cool topper. It kind of it fits the feel of the game. It kind of like looks like Las Vegas-y with all the changing lights. You really need to see this thing in action. But it's a very cool topper.
I can't find it.
Hard to get from what I understand. I think they're going for like a couple of grand now, if you can find them.
Yeah. I can't find the picture. Those who know what I'm talking about, the Godzilla topper, I'll try to find it and I'll send it, text it to you, KL. But it is, it's fucking great. That is honestly my favorite topper, the fake Godzilla topper. I honestly, so looking at the list, Black Knight has to be it.
Yeah, Black Knight's the best topper they've ever done, hands down.
Yeah.
And
that Stern's done, even though
out
I'm
of-
not.
Right. You like fishtails, right? You like the flapping fish?
Nah. I mean, but no. I'm thinking of like most impressive might be the Jersey Jack Godfather.
That one's very cool. And I was about to
I don't
say,
want it, but
I don't know. You probably haven't seen this one in person. The Labyrinth topper.
no.
Man, the art, the sculpting, that is a very cool topper. You know what else is cool? The Medieval Madness. That I'm kind of cool. But
Yeah.
that was a great topper.
All the remake toppers. Fuck.
Yeah, they're very good, like high quality stuff.
Attack from Mars is real good. The remake topper. Oh, we got to get back to Nap quick. I'm going all over the place now that we have access to all this technology on the stream.
Focus.
Trying.
Welcome to Nap. Where are we?
Welcome to Nap Arcade.
Man,
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. What is this?
You go
Big
ahead.
Lebowski.
Mm-hmm.
Man, these guys, the Dutch pinball guys. Did I tell you when we left Expo, we were like some of the stragglers that were leaving leisurely, leaving Expo. We were in no hurry, so we were like hanging out in the lobby and in front of the hotel. And all these Dutch pinball guys roll out. Did I tell you about this? And they got this gigantic limousine.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, they look so cool.
Were they Dutch?
I don't know. I think so. But I'm sure they got in a private airplane and went on home. Yeah,
are they like rich over there? Am I missing something?
Are they what now?
Rich?
Are they rich? They must be. I mean, they're building these cool machines. Just gotta take some money, right?
Sorry. Someone who's watched the stream sent me a text. Said the World Cup soccer topper, solid, and it's this fucking piece of shit. Just I wish I could share it. I'm not going. Ah, man, if I can get that.
Yeah.
it's bad. Bad awesome. But what you're referring to, a Nap Arcade, Dutch
Yeah.
Pinball issues last call for Big Lebowski.
Yeah, and get this game. This is a fun game. We don't have one in the arcade, but I have some friends who own it, and it's a cool game.
I
Very
agree.
cool.
I have nothing bad to say about
And
Big Lebowski.
side note for all you folks on Twitch, head over to Aimless Pinball if you haven't already, and give them a follow, subscribe if you can. You know, you can subscribe with your Amazon Prime account. It won't cost you any extra money. They did a great job streaming our big 5th anniversary tournament,
Oh yeah.
and the VODs are up there. And I tell you, if you want to see some incredible playing, watch the latest one. I think it's like 6 hours long, where Walt Wood. That's it. Walt Wood ends up winning this whole thing, and man, if you want to see some amazing skills, there he is, right there. There
God,
he is,
he's
right
awesome.
there. Man, he absolutely destroys it. It is worth a watch.
Foo
He
Fighters.
took
Yeah.
everything, man, and some of the most amazing. I mean, he crushes it here, and then you had great commentary. So you know, if you don't know the rules or what he's doing, it's really amazing how he'll do something. He'll take major risks to get the big points. And actually, every game he's playing. So this is a really good watch. Go follow those guys and sub if you can.
Yeah, go to Aimless Pinball on Twitch, and if you go to their videos, their latest VOD, about what are we at? About 4 hours in. Yeah, Walt Wood's just smashing through Foo Fighters.
Yeah, and then his game of Scared Stiff is absolutely mind blowing. That's the last game, and he ends up winning it. And he hits 55 crate jackpots in a row, which is just unheard of. I mean, this guy's flipper skills. He's a top 5 player. He just doesn't travel as much as the other guys, so he doesn't have all the whopper points that those boys have, but he can hang with anybody, and it's just a really fun to watch this guy play.
You know,
Okay, back to the news.
Back to the news. What we haven't done in a long time is get to know someone's balls, and I'd love to get to know his balls. And I mean
man.
that in the most
He'll
heterosexual
come
way
on.
possible.
Yeah,
Will it?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Wax. They were criticized heavily for spending money lavishly at launch when they spent all the early achiever money and almost spent pro. They're spending money on limos, tracks with poor money management.
You talking about Dutch?
Dutch.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, these guys, they have to be loaded. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
At least it shows in the game. In Big Lebowski, at least, I believe. My opinion. All right, back to Nap. Now what we've got.
Okay,
Pinball
back to
Brothers
Nap.
shares
What do we
pictures of
have?
an entire cabinet of Ripley. More just Alien. Let's just talk about it. When a Wax is.
But is this
favorite games.
actually art that they can put on the game, or is it subject to licensing agreements?
I don't know. There's a van in the background though.
Cool.
So yeah, we see a picture of. I mean, this looks like I could have made this. No offense. I mean, really, but I guess it is a movie from the early '90s.
You could put on a onesie and a wig and hold a machine gun.
Sure, that's a cat. But yeah, I could. We're looking at a picture of Alien on the side and Ripley. It does look cool. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
I've seen it in person. It looks great.
I guess it's supposed to look '80s. All right.
Yeah.
Wax, I know you owned Alien. I don't know if you still do. I think you got rid of it. What do you think of all the Ripley stuff? Yeah, I like it. So more Alien from Alien. Thanks, Alien.
Yeah. What's next?
All right, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Please give me that.
Shipping
Zach,
by
give
the
us
end
an
of
update.
Yeah, it's just saying, hey, ship by the end of quarter 4. Micro.
I'm not. I
Mirko.
don't even care because they were supposed to ship this year, right? Just I mean, don't even give me updates anymore. Just when it's ready, ship it.
What do you think actually? Because initially you were told October, right?
Yeah, didn't they say? And I did not believe this when they said that because we still haven't received our Cactus Canyon.
Jeez
But
Louise.
they said they were going to start building in the third quarter, I believe. I believe that was initially what they said. If Zach's still in, he could correct me. But yeah, I didn't believe it. I knew we'd see this in 2024. That's next year, right?
So the news,
24?
yeah, it's about a month. The news is Pulp Fiction hasn't shipped yet, and it might by the end of quarter 4. Whatever. What do we
Hold on,
expect?
what's
Yep.
causing? Oh, is Mirko is causing delays? Is that what it says?
Yeah, because of the
Yeah.
playfields. But don't use those
Oh, this
playfields
is
anyways.
this is recent. That post is just from like
Yesterday.
because Mom's is closing. I've never been to Mom's. Are you familiar with Mom's?
No.
Okay, so it was an arcade in a grocery store, and it was like, so it's just, I think the grocery store is called Mom's,
Okay.
and I think it's in Maryland. Does it say that? Does it say in the article? I don't know,
You
but
keep going. I'll confirm.
it's called Mom's Organic Market, and it doesn't advertise pinball.
Yes.
There just happens to
Maryland.
be a room in the back that would be like, any grocery store you go into, they have a break room, and you always kind of see the people back there doing stuff, and but this place, instead of a break room, there's an arcade, and it had a bunch of machines that were very well taken care of, and I don't know if they did tournaments or anything, but it was just kind of interesting. But it looks like now there's a neighboring business that's going to take that unit. So yeah, no more Moms, but Moms was a legendary place in the pinball world.
I had never heard of it. Yeah, anyone listening, we're watching a little bit of the video of, it looks just like a grocery store, and then keep going, and it's a room off of, just a totally different room. Yeah, but the room off of the grocery store does not look like a it looks like a nice arcade. Holy shit, they got a lot of fucking pinball machines.
Right?
Wow. That's a pretty nice place. It's closing, huh?
And this is only what I've heard. I don't know this for a fact. People have told me that the owner of Mom's is a collector, and this is just where he kept his collection.
The games look like it, at least from this video. They look pristine. Game of Thrones. Hot tip. Cool. Walking Dead. All right. Let's move on with the news a little bit here. Where are we?
That's sad. Hate to see you go. Thank you, whoever owns Mom's, for doing that for so long.
Speaking of toppers, Electric Playground launches new topper for the Big Lebowski pinball machine.
Cool.
Which, looks great. Really milking accessories.
That thing's tall.
Yeah, it's for those just listening, it looks like kind of
looks like a sign outside of a bowling alley.
Yeah, it's the best way to describe it. And these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on the bottom, they look like probably mode lights. They probably stay lit, or like kind of like the gem. They look like the gem lights in the Avengers topper, but on the Big Lebowski underneath the bowl bowling sign. Yeah, fits, but very tall. Jesus.
Yeah, that's huge, right?
Whoa,
maybe
there's a better picture.
Just the angle's throwing it off. But it looks giant, which is fine.
And it has a little plaque. This says the dude abides 0, 1 out of 100. So what are they making 100 of these? Probably. Without reading, I'll go by the picture. Yeah, and those lights look like, I don't know the game well enough to know. Folgers, tape, lightning, or Viking helmet, ring, dog tags. This must be modes. Cool. Yeah, limited to 100 and individually numbered. I gleaned that from the picture. Your progress on 5 characters and 5 bowling balls. Okay. Yeah, progress of the dudes. No pun intended. Or pun intended. Cool topper.
Good job.
Does it have the price? Let's find out if it has the price. If it's above $1, shit, I already saw it.
Oh, is it $1,000?
A little more than $1,000. Yeah, $1,100 for Cyber Monday. Oh shit! Today, if you're listening,
it actually seems kind of reasonable.
I know, and that weird is not exciting. It's like, oh yeah, that's a normal price. Fuck. Well, we can't react to that. Come on, guys. Cut that price in half or double it. Otherwise, it's just it's normal. Look at this, more alien shit. Pinball Brothers share a glimpse of updated Ripley code this is 5 hours ago, as of today, the 27th.
Oh,
more code. Is this the latest? Jeez, even more. Oh, okay. Let me.
Man, let's give a shout out to Nap.
Dude's always on
it. This has to be the hardest job in the world. I mean, just finding this much news, and he's very successful at it.
He is very successful at it. Nap Arcade, if any of you aren't subscribed to get the drip of news from him, it's fantastic. KNAPP arcade.org. You'll get a notification anytime he posts some news, and honestly, it's just a great way to stay up to date with the world of pinball. So we're looking, you can't hear this, I'll turn up a little bit for anyone else, but we're looking at some code update for
That looks so good.
Alien. And I don't know the game well enough to know if some of this was in it, but I think obviously the Ripley footage is new to the game. Yeah, Ripley's in it. Man, this game is one of those that does the mood top tier, kind of like, well, Lord of the Rings, Labyrinth, I think Big Lebowski, like where a game just nails the theme.
Even, would you say Stranger Things?
Oh, yeah.
That's a moody.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
That might be actually the number one correct answer. Yeah, Alien, new code, new Ripley's. It's weird that it's like the reverse of George Lucas doing Star Wars. And what I mean is, like, the more edits George Lucas did to the original Star Wars to a certain point were kind of dog shit. I think after the special edition of like adding no from Vader and doing some of the stuff like, hey, stop, just leave it alone, it's getting worse. Where pinball, when they were doing like Jurassic Park stuff or Elvira's or Alien, they just keep getting better. But it's like you can't really do that to this market to where like you've already spent $9,000 on something. Why don't you do it again on the same fucking game?
Yeah.
Like, I get it, and it's better, and it's awesome, but I don't know.
We're ready to see something new.
Yeah.
Wax 13 brings up an interesting fact. Big Lebowski is legit, almost 10 years old. Oh, it scrolled up a little bit. Anyway, launched in 2014, about
literally
the same
year
time as Stern
Mustang.
Wow. And I've heard from dealers back in the day how hard it was to sell that Mustang pin, and then like a few years after it was released, everybody that was in the cars and muscle cars wanted the Mustang pin. You rarely see that game anywhere.
I wanted to go back on one more comment. He mentioned that Wax on Twitch, that Alien is grossly underappreciated because it came out a long time ago, but at $8,000 it presents infinitely better value than a Stern Premium, and I wholeheartedly agree. 8,000 US dollars.
Figure it out.
USD.
Thank you. Thanks for the follow.
Oh, we got a new follow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Alfalfa.
Alfalfa. $8,000 seems like a steal for Alien.
Isn't that crazy?
It's fucking wild. So if they
I
come
remember,
out, go ahead.
Yeah, we used to. It's just crazy. It wasn't that long ago. Rachel and I would be on the road, at pinball conventions, and we could pick up brand new Stern Pros for $4,000.
I don't want to talk about that.
It is just
God. Stop doing that.
Yeah, we paid $4,000 for Iron Maiden.
Ooh, I would definitely buy Iron Maiden right now if it was only $4,000. But Alien at $8,000. Is Alien still? Let's look. Alien. I'm gonna go to Flappin' Bird Pinball. Flipping out pinball. Alien. Flipping out pinball. What does it even cost now? Did the price go up? Is it still the same? In stock, limited edition. Oh, that limited edition is even the limited edition is a steal. An LE of Alien is about $300, under $11,000, so $10,700. Versus is like Elton John at $13,000. Stop it.
That's No, Wax is right. This is a great deal.
Yeah. What is? I got to find the price of Alien.
Jason, you have the best logo in the biz.
Oh, thank you, Alfalfa and Kale. I wonder if that's Matt, who did the logo. Matt Andrews, fantastic artist. Also did the art on Weird Al.
Final Destruction, didn't he do that?
Final Resistance?
What's that thing called? Did he do that?
Yeah, Andrews.
I don't know.
So for anyone watching, I guess, or listening and watching, you see what I'm doing. This is who did the Pinball Party logo. Fantastic.
TNA.
Honestly. Art. Matt Andrews, or Matt Draws, mandraws.com. Pretty sweet. He's done a lot of good work and keeping the pinball family is pretty great.
Yeah, he's
he
awesome.
did a lot of work for Weird Al and Backlash for TNA, Total Nuclear Annihilation, and stuff like that. But he's got good shit. All right, so yeah, Alien, great. They make 1,000 versions of them. They keep coming out. It's cheap compared to Stearns, and Wax loves it. And David Teal. Yeah, David Teal, fantastic music. I don't think there's anybody better with audio in the biz than David Teal.
Nope.
Prove me wrong. Cool. 45 minutes ago. Jesus, man. Nap does not stop. Jason, man. 45 minutes ago.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, what does he have a job? I mean, what is going on here? He's just killing it.
Instead of like actually preparing, which we did not and never do for Pinball Party content, I'll just turn stream on and go to Nap and just let the news, he'll just make the content and we'll just read it. So as of 45 minutes ago, cool new playing piano mod for Bally Twilight Zone pinball machines.
Interesting.
Yeah. A new mod. Trent Kennedy.
Cool. What happened to? I thought we were supposed to get a new Twilight Zone. What's going on? What happened?
Well, I'm taking a look at that piano mod first. That's fucking sweet. You can't hear it, Kale, but everyone else can. The piano plays itself.
Are the keys moving?
When it goes in the scoop.
Or
yeah.
Or is it just lights?
The keys are moving. Holy shit. Yeah,
Man, I don't know if I want to put any more strain on my power supply.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's very cool. Yeah.
It's very, very cool. But yeah, a remake from Chicago Gaming Company of this. This was supposed to happen.
Yeah, so I guess it kind of looks like they backed out of it, and maybe some other guys are going to do it.
Okay. From what I've heard and what you've heard, like there was work done to it, so maybe there's still some assets that they can move on to someone else and not let the remake of Twilight Zone die.
Yeah.
Okay, done with news. I think we're probably wrapping this up. Let me take one more brief look at kind of the market because I pride myself on knowing it pretty well, and people that I text with, we kind of just often talk shit about prices, positive or negative, and I like how some people are still holding on to like COVID pricing on stuff, and I know what I got. Listen to Jurassic Park Premium for $10,000. That's dumb.
But what is actually moving?
That's
Can you
tough.
tell? I'm not familiar with the marketplace. Is it kind of like eBay where it says this sold at this price?
Yeah, you can see like if we take a game. Let's just take Godzilla. Why not? Because everyone owns fucking Godzilla. You can see like a suggested price in the used market that takes some data. It's never, I would say, like this is fucking. That's not accurate. I'll show you.
I couldn't see
okay,
it.
Here we go.
Was that a premium?
We're looking at a premium of Godzilla. We're looking at estimated value per pin side, which estimates between 8,900 and 10,000. It's not right. I mean, the actual probably price for a used Godzilla premium right now is a good price is about 8,500. You're going to probably expect to pay between 8,500 and 9. But during COVID, Godzilla was like 11, which is stupid.
But you can get a new one.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Some people still forget that. You have to remember that a lot of these people are not insane people like myself or some of us that are just monitoring this stuff. And just, they're like, hi, my name's Tim. I bought a pinball machine. I don't know what it's worth. Let me list it for what I paid for. I don't know. And, in my head, I see someone listed. I'm like, oh, that fucking idiot. They're just not as obsessed about it. I mean, there's a lot of graphs and data you can find on here, and you can go to pinball prices and get a little more. But honestly, like the best way to know is just to do it a lot. And now with the prices, I'm probably not going to be doing this a lot as much. Yeah, here we go. This is a good Godzilla Premium loaded with $2,000 in mods for $10,500. I mean, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen, guy.
Yeah.
Just buy a new one, and don't put.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. And look, just scroll a little, spend $1,000 less, get free shipping for a brand new one. Which one do you want? I don't know. All right, I think that's it for today. For a first stream, not bad.
Yeah, this has been fun. and totally unplanned. We were just like, "Hey, what's up? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Nothing. All right, let's hang out." Yeah.
Yeah. Let me turn on the
Um,
stream.
Thank you so much for inviting me. This has been an absolute blast, and looking forward to many more.
I agree. And when is Electric Bat? Are you guys recording soon? Where should people go?
Yes, we're gonna do a much needed episode this week. We got to catch everybody up on anything tomorrow, as with all Tuesdays at 6:30. We have a big pinball tournament. Come on out and play with us. And if you want to go to our website, there's the shop where you can get all kind of good
Oh yeah.
quality. Look at all that new stuff.
I'm looking at it.
We got a pin towel. We got a knit hat. Get some. If you have somebody, a pinball fan, or just a fan of cool shit on your shopping list, grab them some Electric Bat merch. Look at that. Look at that.
It's a
tank
good
top.
Christmas present, actually. Like, it's right in that sweet spot of a price where, like,
Yeah,
a friend
you
in
can
pinball
get it for
just sent them.
somebody you don't care about.
Yeah. Oh, I have two of these shirts. They are great shirts, really. Just go to electricbatarcade.com.
They glow. They glow in the dark.
They glow in the dark, and they look real sweet. I have a couple stickers as well. I think the stickers are the shits. The hats. I got to actually buy one of these hats. Okay. I'm going to... okay. Buy one of these. But yeah, podcast stuff, website stuff, tournament stuff, just go to the website. It's all there, electricbatarcade.com. Kale, thanks for joining. That's it. I got nothing to say.
Thank you for having me, Jason, and all of you guys. Thank you for joining in the chat.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Be sure you like and subscribe and mash the buttons and all that good stuff. There's Rachel.
Yeah, she's right there. Please, for anyone listening, we are streaming these podcasts on Twitch. So go to twitch.tv/a-pinball-party.
Yeah, and will this be on the regular podcast apps and all that stuff, or how are you doing this?
Yeah, I think I'm just taking the audio, putting it on, and then adding some music. We'll see. But yeah, it should be audio as well. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for inviting me. I hope you all have a fantastic day. And Jason, it has been an absolute slice.
Always. Thanks, man. See you later.
All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.